Lovely. Okay then everybody, let's get started. So because it's quite cool today, we're going to warm up a bit vigorously. So just shake out your fingers and your toes and your knees and shoulders, and you can let out any stress. And then that's yoga, very yoga-like, as you let out your stress from your limbs. And take it all the way up and bring it all the way down again. Excellent. And just shake everything loose. Start to swing the body, rotating the spine, and just loosen everything off. So if you don't know what you've been doing in your day today, you might have been sitting or on your feet all day. You tend to stiffen up anyway throughout the day, especially winter time, and everything's a bit cooler. So start to stretch up to the ceiling and bring it all the way back down again. Excellent. And then just tick-tock the arms in front of you, bending the knees. Let's warm up the knees. Check out how your knees are feeling today. Are they a little bit dodgy or not today? So we're going to lean forward, hinge from the hips, and just tick-tock the arms, just to bring a little bit of blood flow through the body, and let's circulate the blood and get your heart rate up a little bit. Excellent. Let's go forwards and backwards through the legs, through the arms now. Forwards and backwards through the legs. So a little bit of a squat, as if you've got a dumbbell and you're just swinging it between the legs. So just loosening up the back a little bit, making sure you're bending through those knees. Lovely. Breathing in, breathing out, all the way up and all the way down. Okay, make this the last one. Roll all the way up. Take the arms above the head. Big breath. And a big sigh as you let go. Wonderful. We're starting on the floor today. So hi Tilly. Tilly's just come on, just finished the tea, obviously. So we're coming onto the floor. If you need a cushion, grab a cushion to go underneath the hips. So if we're not doing it right away, but we'll in a bit, we'll be actually lifting our legs at a right angle to the body in the air. And if you struggle with that a little bit, then you might find it better if you've got something underneath your hips. So rather than get up and down, if you want to grab those things now for you. And we'll come down onto the floor. I'm going to bring you a bit closer in so I can see what you're doing. And we're going to start with a bridge, which is going to stretch the spine gently though to start with. And I want you to be switching on your glutes as you lift your body up in your bridge posture. So you're having your hands at the side of the body, your feet are hip distance apart. Can you see me? Actually, I might angle the camera down a little bit. You can see me a bit better. Let's just move. That's a bit better, I think. Standing. So lying yourself down and placing your feet hip distance apart, your knees hip distance apart, and just taking your hands palm facing upwards towards the ceiling. And all you're going to do to start with is just stretch the spine. So you're starting at the bottom. So you just pull your tailbone up and push your waist into the floor so you can't get your fingers underneath. And squeeze into the pelvic floor. Feel the transverse abdominis muscles here at the bottom. You feel those contracting there. And then let go and release. And peel up a few more vertebrae now. So you're lifting the waist off the floor, but you're pushing down into the lower part of the ribs. So you're feeling your rectus abdominis muscles now around the rib cage. You feel those really contracting. And then roll out of it, stretching the spine on the roll out. Then we inhale as we exhale. We peel the coccyx off the floor. Let the rest of the vertebrae follow. And just press down underneath the shoulders. So just under the shoulders. And as you press down, you'll feel just underneath the sternum there, those rectus abdominis muscles higher up there, you'll feel those contracting. And then roll out of it again, stretching the spine, paying particular attention to that lower back. Push through the heels now, squeeze the glutes, back of the hamstrings, and bring your body all the way up. And then push those hips towards the ceiling as you squeeze the glutes to the back of the hamstrings. Hold that position, so you've just stretched the spine. Now, if any of those positions, or rather if this position's too uncomfortable, then bring yourself down into one of the lower positions. That's fine, okay, at any time. As you exhale, roll again mindfully through the spine. Pay particular attention to open up through the back. We're going to do that again. We're going to use our arms this time. So we're going to take the arms above the chest here with the palms together. So as we breathe in this time, we're going to peel the back off the floor, start to squeeze the pelvic floor, transverse abdominis muscles, the glutes and the hamstrings, push up with the hips, and then take the arms slowly overhead. So you're lengthening through the body, this bridge position. Pushing up with the glutes will help to support that back. What you don't want is your lower back to get sore at any point. If it does, lower your body down a few more vertebrae until you get into a comfortable position for your back. As you exhale, you're going to draw the hands back in front of the chest, start rolling down through the spine, and let the arms drift again to the side of the body. We're going to do that again. We're going to push through those heels, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the pelvic floor, roll up through the spine, lift the hands over in front of the chest, palms squeeze together, and you're pushing those fingers up towards the ceiling. There's a little bit of tension going on around the chest and the pecs as well. As you exhale, you're taking the arms overhead, keeping the height if you can in your back body here. So keeping the hips high, keeping contracted through the back body, but you're lengthening through the rib cage. You're doing well. And then bring the arms back again in front of the chest and start to roll mindfully as you let go of the muscle tension to roll down to the ground. Lovely. We're going to drop the arms. Now we're going to reposition the toes. So you're actually going to point the toes slightly outwards. Slightly outwards. We're going to try to strengthen those knees now. We're going to take the arms in front as we did before. Palms are together, pushing those hands towards the ceiling. You're going to squeeze into the inner thighs now, the inner muscles of the knees here. Breathe in, breathe out. Now start to squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the inner thigh and then roll yourself up with those knee strengthening exercises here with the muscles around the knees. Holding high and then taking those arms back again. Excellent. You stay where you are because I'm coming to have a look at you. Beautiful. That's it. Watch your knees aren't too far apart here. So your knees should be hip distance apart. So some of you are a little bit generous with your knee distance. It's just your toes that are out, not the knees. Brilliant. And then bring it back again. All the way down. Lovely. Now we do that again, same position. The feet are turned out. So we've got these, I forgot the name of this. I think it's a sartosis, something like that anyway. It's the muscle of the inner knees, and it wraps all the way along the leg, right the way to the hips, connected, the knee and the hips connected. So I want you to be squeezing the inner thigh and picture that muscle all the way up here, all the way to the hips here as you do this lift. So squeeze the buttocks, squeeze the inner thighs, and feel this muscle working here. Lovely. Squeeze and lift. Let's take it behind and lengthen the belly as well, coming up onto the shoulders. Well done. Breathe in. As you breathe out, take the hands in front of the chest and begin to roll down mindfully through the spine, letting go of the hands. Now we're going to alter it a little bit. So we've got the deltoid, what we call the deltoid femoris now, which is the other side of the knee. So it's the outer side of the knee. This muscle wraps all the way around the back of the leg towards the glutes. So they're quite long muscles, these, supporting the knee joints. They're slightly turned in with the feet this time. And I want you to think about squeezing the outside of the knee this time, all the way round into the glutes, yeah? So we're going to breathe in again. We're lifting those arms up, we're squeezing into the side of the knees. Lovely. Pushing up with those hips, take the arms back. So you're really feeling that contraction all the way from the outer knee, all the way to the glutes. Breathing in, breathing out. Excellent, you're doing really well. And bring the arms back in front of the chest. Start to lower the body down, release, but keep the toes, pigeon toes, slightly turned inwards. Let's do that again. Let's squeeze the outer knee and all the way around into the glute, lifting the arms in front of the chest, lifting high, squeezing those hands together. As you exhale, you're taking the arms behind you, lifting even higher with those glutes. So breathing in, breathing out. Excellent. And then taking the hands in front of you and start to roll down mindfully through the spine, letting go of the hands. So one more, just one more time here. I meant to ask you how your glutes were last week. You got a lot of glute work, didn't you, last week? So let's breathe in. Let's feel the spine off the floor by squeezing the glutes, squeezing the outer knee, lifting the body up using those hamstrings, and let's lengthen the arms above the head, keeping that lovely high lift. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel the tension here on the outer thigh. If you can't feel it, then make sure that you're really trying to direct the area of your thoughts there into the outer knee. And then take it back again in front of the chest and roll down through the spine, letting go of the hands. Excellent. You can straighten up your feet now, guys, and take one of your legs, just one, it doesn't matter which side, just take one of your legs into the chest, pull it in as close as you can, and then start to lengthen the opposite leg and flex the toes so as you can feel that stretch in the calf muscle. So it's the leg on the floor, the one that's lengthened on the floor that you need to flex. Lovely. And then swap it over, so drawing the opposite leg in, so you're holding onto the shin. Try to draw that knee as close to the chest as you can. The other leg comes on the floor, and if you can, slide it so it's long along the floor, and then you flex the toes again. And breathe as you pull in. Nice stretch for your sacroiliac joints here. Quite nice release. And breathe. Going to do that in a little bit of a flow now. Take it as easy as you need to. Now, if your legs are about 6 inches off the floor, you're going to be testing yourself. If your legs are higher up, it's easier basically. Push comes to shove, it's a bit easier. So see how you go with this. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out. We're going to lengthen and try to hover the foot 6 inches off the floor. If that doesn't work for you, then take the leg a little bit higher, and that might work for you instead. If you want to work harder still, you're raising your head and your shoulders off the floor, contracting your rectus abdominis muscles here to help you with that balance. Lovely. So bringing it in, breathing out as you just pedal those legs, you're squeezing in that opposite knee towards the chest. Excellent. Inhale and exhale as you lengthen the legs along the floor. Working that belly. I'm coming to have a look at you and take off my cardigan as well. Well done, guys. Breathe in, breathe out. Just a few more here if you can. Lovely. Okay, let's bring both knees into the chest now and place the feet down onto the floor again. Now you're going to let the legs flop open. So you're going to walk your feet in towards each other and just let the legs flop open. So you're in this butterfly shape. So if you've got dodgy knees, you might need a looser leg here. Make sure that you're tucking under your tailbone, and so as your back is pressed to the floor, so your lower back is pressed to the floor. Now, make sure your shoulders always stay in contact with the floor with our next movement. Take the arms out to shoulder height along the floor, keeping your shoulders pinned to the floor the whole time. See how far, and if you're really super flexible in your hips here and your inner thighs, you might find that your knees are quite flat to the floor. Mine won't be, and I know some of you won't be, but taking the one knee, doesn't matter which side, one knee over to the side, and what you're trying to do is to touch the floor with the outer thigh. Yeah, so you do this lift. You will be feeling a little bit of a contraction going on in the inner thigh, the adductors inside the opposite leg here as well, and a slight squeeze in the glute med muscle there. Then again, breathe in. As you breathe out, using a contraction here of your core, you're going to bring the legs back to the center and then take the knee over to the opposite side now. But keeping the whole time, you're feeling that back in the floor. So you're not lifting the arm or the shoulder. Lovely. And you'll feel a little bit of a glute squeeze going on. We'll do that again. Again, you're pulling up the pelvic floor. So the transverse abdominis muscle working here to help you to move those legs so you're not taking any strain into the back. Well done. Breathing in, breathing out, take it the opposite side. Excellent. It's an unusual one, this one. I like it though. I like unusual movements. And bring it back again. Do that one last time each side, so taking it over. And again, you need to be contracting that core to take it the opposite side. So you're taking it over to the opposite side. And then bring it back to the center. Bring the knees in together. Well done. Now we're going to take the legs up. So it's going to be quite a release actually for the legs once you take them off. Take the knees in first to the chest. This is where, if you need a little helping hand with the cushion underneath the back here, underneath the hips, place one underneath if you feel you need it, okay? Not everybody will. So what you're going to do is breathe in, take the arms overhead and raise the legs to the ceiling, pointing the toes. It should feel quite nice because we've been contracting those hamstrings. It should feel quite nice. And then as you exhale, you're going to curl the legs back in again. So curl them back into the belly. And then take it back behind. Inhale, lengthen. Point the toes towards the ceiling and exhale, fold back in. Lovely. And continue. So open, breathe in, breathe out. Just a little bit of a flow. We're going to do this 3 more times. Breathe in, breathe out. Lovely. And again, breathe in, breathe out. One last time here. Breathing in and breathing out. Wonderful. Now we're going to do hundreds. Now hundreds, there's a few variations depending on your strength. I find even my neck aches doing hundreds. Okay, so see how you go. I don't want you to hurt your back though when you do this. The very basic of hundreds would be literally to just lift your head and shoulders off the floor. You can use one hand to support here and make sure you swap halfway. And what you'll be doing is you're going to bounce your arms extended, palms to the floor to start with. You're going to bounce the 10, then you're taking the hand up the 10. But you're contracting here by just lifting the head and shoulders off the floor. If you want to work a little bit harder, then you can take those knees up into a tabletop position here. And then bring the head and shoulders off the floor. Again, if it takes your neck, you can support your head as long as you swap each time that you do a change. Okay, try without to start with, see how you go. Some of you might not have a problem with your neck, in which case that's great and you don't need any support at all. If you want to work really, really hard, you can either extend one leg and then the other as you do in your hundreds. So there's lots of variation there. See how you go. All right. So, well, let's begin. So you choose the position that's right for you. I'm going to go through all of them throughout the series, just because just give you visuals as to what you can do. Okay. So you need to set yourself at a place that's good for you. So I'm going to start at basic. We're going to contract the abdominals. Make sure you contract the abdominals. Hands towards the ceiling. And we're going to count 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn over for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Very good. Stretch out the body now. Have a lovely length in the body. Stretch out those abdominals. Point the fingers, point the toes, have a lovely big body stretch. And then exhale, draw the hands down. And just roll your head. Take the stress out of the neck here. So roll your head from one side to the other, just to take some stress out of the neck. Excellent. And then slightly tip the head backwards, opening the throat. Excellent. And then draw the head back again. Now what we're going to do is going to do our roll up, but we're going to do it from a tucked position. So I've got a few variations here, still working out the core. And we're going to take our legs up towards the belly. And you can, if you want, the easier version would be to hold your hands here and have a looser leg. Okay, so you can hold your hands here behind. Or if you want more challenge, you can take your hands around the shins here, if you like. Alternatively, I've got a third. Alternatively, that butterfly. So you can hold your feet here. You can see me from there. Hold your feet here, if you like, instead. Or ankles. Do that. Any of those positions. See how you go. You will be contracting all of your core for this one. So breathe in, breathe out, and push yourself up and see if you can stop yourself before you touch the floor with your feet. Okay? If you can't and you need that hand, then that's fine. You're going to roll back down again. Now watch you not using momentum to catapult yourself back up. You're using your core strength to bring yourself up, not your momentum. So roll through the spine, tuck yourself in, roll down through the spine using contracting those muscles, take it down, and then use those muscle groups to push yourself back up again. See how you go. You're breathing, don't forget to breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. If you want a softer version, would be to hold a looser leg. So have your hands here at the thighs, and that's slightly easier if you've got more length, because they're more of a counterbalance, really, which you open out here. This one I find more challenging, the butterfly. So if you're finding it quite easy and you want to stretch yourself even more, you try the butterfly. But make sure you're relaxing the shoulders when you're doing this. You're not crunching out in those shoulders. As you push up, try the butterfly. If you haven't tried it already, have a bash and see what you think. It is quite challenging, okay? If it's not for you, then go to a softer version. You do what's right for your body. So bringing it down, breathing in, breathing out, really working on that core to pull yourself up. Watch your shoulders though, and see a few shoulders going all the way up here. Try to relax those shoulders. Yeah, you know, you're doing it. It's hard, isn't it? Unless somebody points it out, you don't realise how much stress you're putting on the rest of the body. And we're trying to get all that stress into the core rather than into those shoulders. Let's see if we can do another 3. If you can, I'm putting you to a challenge now. I think, you see on social media all of the time, they're going to do a challenge for this, a challenge for that, and a challenge for the other. I think they should do one for you. Take it all the way back and push it all the way up. Well done. And then drop those legs down. Excellent. Extend the legs and give them a nice big shake. And then bring the arms up and extend the belly, hands together, so you're really stretching through that belly. Beautiful. We haven't finished with your core though yet today. Okay, so in case you haven't noticed, it's a core theme today. What we're going to do now is we're going to, it's both, but not both, it's sort of both. Okay, and I've got a few variations on this as well. We need to be squeezing that core, remember, so you're pulling up the pelvic floor, you all know what that is, so you need to really tighten that muscle, well, those group of muscles there. And then we're going to roll down, so as you're at this extended position, so you're in a sort of boat shape, and you're balancing using all of your core muscles. Now, again, you need to be relaxing the shoulders. If this gets too tough for you, you can just literally go out and in. So if your core, you think, oh, I've already done enough for my core today, then just do this one as an option. There's always options, remember. You don't have to do the hardest version of what I put out there. If you can, what you're going to do is lift one leg and then the other without any hands, okay? So see if you can do that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in, breathe out. Now this is the ultimate. It might not suit your back to do that. It might be better for you to just do this and hold here and just extend the legs even with support. See how you go. See what your back's, up to today, really. You might have done a lot of work already. I don't want you to hurt your back. I want you to contract all the muscles at the front. So you do what's right for your body. So try not to go too low down. I'm just going to squeeze you to get back up. If you go too low down, extend out and extend back. And again, this is your alternative if that doesn't suit. It is tough. It's not an easy. In intermediate Pilates move, this one, and you need a strong back and strong core to be able to do it. You're breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. Alternatively, do it with support here. Okay, I think we're doing enough for that one. Feet on the floor and let yourself lean forwards to stretch out that back. Well done. And breathe down onto your breath. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to do our last core. Well, our core's always on in Pilates, but this is the last directed core position. We're coming on to the forearms and your fingers are just underneath your hips. Elbows are back. Again, you've got to watch your shoulders, particularly on this one, because you're supporting your body weight and you tend to slip down into the shoulders if you're not careful. So before we even begin, I want you to be squeezing that pelvic floor, draw the belly button towards the back of the spine and feel that contraction around the ribs. Okay, so I want you to switch all that on before we begin. And then you're going to lift one leg and then lift the other if you can. Just double checking everybody can do that to start with. Good. Now we're going to scissor the legs. Now, if you're finding scissors really difficult to go all the way down to the ground, just scissor yourself much higher here, okay? And see how your body feels. Again, it shouldn't hurt your back. You should be contracting the muscles in your core, watching those shoulders. You're relaxed in the upper body. You're just working the core strength here. Do you remember what I said about core before? Your legs are heavy if your core's weak. So your legs start to get lighter if your core gets stronger. So bear that in mind. If your legs start to ache, it's because you're not doing the job in hand, which is working the core strength. What you're doing is working the muscle power in the legs instead. So breathing in, breathing out until you can feel that particular transverse abdominis muscle here. That's that lower belly muscle. Hard to reach that one. So you might find you'll feel this more than you'd feel the upper body muscles, the upper core muscles, maybe after tomorrow. So breathing in, breathing out. You're doing well. Just scissoring those legs. Well done. Make this the last one here. Good. And then roll yourself back down to the floor and extend that body out again, stretching through the muscles of the abs. Have your interlock your fingers now and pull right up above the head, really stretching through the intercostals, pointing the toes away from you. Lovely. And then take the arms by the side of the body, tuck the chin in, and if you can, without any arms, see if you can roll yourself all the way up to a seated position. Good. Well done, everybody. Are we feeling okay? Yeah? Breathing in, breathing out. Yeah, get that blood flow, that breath back into the body. It's quite a challenge, isn't it, when you do core? It's amazing how it wins you, doesn't it? But feel free to grab a drink now if you need a drink. So there's no more stomach work to do. We've done the stomach. We're going to do just a little twist to start with before we do anything else. So have nice wide legs. Nice wide legs. Again, sitting on something if you need to. All right. And you're going to pull up out of the body. So feel like a big pull out of the body. And we're going to rotate the body. So twisting towards a leg, because we're going to actually bend towards the opposite leg that we're twisting from. So I'm twisting, if I mirror you, she all seems to be mirroring me at the moment. So if I'm twisting towards the left leg, I'm then going to take the body weight over towards the right leg. Yeah. And then bring the arm over into another nice side lift here, nice side stretch. So in every out breath, just let the body just start to drop towards the thigh. To see how you go. If you really tighten your hamstrings, you might struggle with this one. Do bend the knee a little bit if you need to, and you can even support it with a cushion or blanket if you need to. And again, you're pulling in your pelvic floor to pull the body weight upwards. Take the arms out to the side again, relax those shoulders, remember away from the ears. Keep a nice upright body, and then twist, rotate, so as your body's facing over the opposite leg here, so towards the right leg. And then we're going to reach over towards the left leg or foot, wherever you can reach on that leg. And then take the arm over into that side bend. On every out breath, let the body just drop and relax. So feel that lovely hamstring stretch you have in here. Lovely side bend. Well done. And again, you're squeezing that pelvic floor to bring your body upright. Take a breath in as you breathe out, lower the arms and walk your feet back in front of you. Excellent. You're going to rotate the back now. What you're going to do is lift the arms up, breathe in, lift out the body. As you breathe out, lower the arms to shoulder height and relax the shoulders. And just pivot around and looking behind you. Just do what your body can do. Breathing in, breathing out the whole time. So just stretching the spine. Take the arms high as you come to the centre again. Inhale as you exhale, lower the arms and begin to twist. Rotate the opposite direction and look behind you again. Well done, and breathe, don't hold your breath. Fabulous. And then come around to the centre. Take a breath in as you lift through the centre. Go forward bend now. So we're going to push the belly button forward. Lovely flat back as you allow the body to flow forward over the thighs. Relax the shoulders. Drop the hands either onto the legs or the floor. And with every out breath, just dropping that body weight forwards and feeling that lovely hamstring stretch. Well done. And breathe. Inhale as you exhale, we uncurl through the spine, bone by bone, and roll the shoulders backwards a few times. Brilliant. We're coming on to our bellies now, so we're going to work our back strength. So if you need something underneath your hips, so you can put a folded blanket underneath your hips, if it's a little bit hard on the hips. Okay, so what we're going to do first and foremost is lie down onto our bellies and take our hands so they're close to the ribs and the fingertips are pointing forward. So your elbows should be a right angle. So have a look at each, double check your own elbows and see if your hands aren't tucked under, because it'll start to hurt your wrists if they are. Okay, so they should be here. If you look, there should be a right angle with the elbow. Yeah. Tuck your head in. Feet are hip distance apart. You're relaxing the glutes and the hamstrings on this one. So we inhale. As we exhale, we're going to push against the floor and just lift the chest and the shoulders up. So you're keeping the head tucked in here. So you're using the muscles in your back now. So this is the dorsal muscles, all the muscles around your scapula. All those muscles in your back should be really tight here as you try to lift the weight of the body from the floor. You're pressing against the floor, but press into your fingers so it's not hurting your wrists. Press into your fingers and the middle of the hand rather than into the wrist. Breathing in, breathing out, you feel the strength in your back now. All those back muscles really contracting here. Make sure you're breathing and you're not holding your breath. Watch you not push yourself too far up. If your hands are too far forward, you'll tend to find you'll lift a lot higher. So make sure your hands are back by the ribs. Inhale as you exhale, let go, relax. It's quite tough. It's a little tiny one, but the tiny niggly ones are usually the tough ones. We're going to do that again, same movement again. So just double check those elbows are at right angles. They're tucked in towards you. Inhale as you exhale, keeping the chin tucked in. pushing up against the floor, breathing in, breathing out. Remember, your lower body's relaxed on this one. It's your upper back here, the middle and the upper back that you should be feeling this stretch of breathing in, breathing out as you push against the floor, contracting the back muscles. You're doing really well. Well done. Inhale now as you exhale, lower the body down to the ground. Relax those hands, take them by the side of the body. And then take the hands behind you and have the palms together, or even interlock the fingers if it's better for you. Okay. Now we breathe in. As we breathe out, we're going to lift the shoulders now off the floor. So lift the shoulders off the floor and pull the hands back and pull the shoulders in towards each other. You squeeze into the shoulders. You'll feel this now when you're in the deep of the back, in the lower spine. So you're contracting the muscles there to create this stretch, allowing your belly to soften. Breathing in, breathing out. Try to get that up a little bit higher on each out breath. Beautiful. Inhale as you exhale, lower it down. Now we're going to be lifting our legs on the next one. So be careful on this one. If you need to, just lift the one leg if it's too tough. Breathe in as you breathe out. Let's lift that upper body up, pulling the hands back and down, and either one leg or two. And just squeeze the glutes now, the back of the hamstrings, and your lower back now. This is one place where I'm going to ask you to really use your back now, because it's your back muscles that we're trying to strengthen. So stretching through the psoas muscles at the front causes our back to be a little bit tight. And breathe and hold your breath. Keep that lift. Well done. And then lower it down. We're going to have one more go. So those who did one leg, you get to do the other one. Okay. Are we ready? So contracting. Be mindful about contracting all of that body muscle here. Breathing in as you breathe out. Contract before you even begin and start to lift. Breathe and hold your breath, lifting those arms away from the body, pulling them down towards the feet. So lift those shoulders. Watch if you've got shoulder damage though. Squeezing the glutes, squeezing the hamstrings, but the back of the legs are really tight here. And breathe and hold your breath. Try not to bend those knees. Keep the legs as straight as you can. Excellent. And then drop those legs and the arms down to the floor. Well done, guys. Take the hands underneath the chest now and push and peel yourself back into your extended child posture. So sinking back onto those heels, pushing the arms forwards, dropping the head, looking back through the knees. And feel that lovely stretch through the spine. Well done. Good. And then rolling yourself all the way up. Roll the shoulders backwards a few times. We're going up to standing, we're going to squat first. Be careful of knees on this one. Do use a chair if you feel like you need to use a chair if you're unsteady. We're going to tuck the toes underneath you and roll yourself back onto those toes. So you're stretching through the feet. You'll feel this in the ankles. Be careful if you've got weak ankles. So what I'm asking you to do now is to bring yourself upright, but push through equally both sides of the body. So as you push yourself up, let your hands leave the floor now. If you can, balance, placing the hands by the chest. Then inhale as you exhale, tilting yourself slightly forward as you push your heels to the floor. And then start to use your quads here, so use the inner outer knees, as I mentioned before, and push yourself up all the way up to standing if you can equally. Okay, well done. Breathe in, have a lovely big stretch in the reach, and breathe out, drop the arms and roll the shoulders a few times. Brilliant. How are we feeling? All right? Yeah. We'll alter the camera a little bit because I'm up right now, so we need to have a better angle. So if you need a drink, feel free to grab a drink if you need a drink. We're going to widen our legs on the next movement. We're going to widen our legs nice and wide. We're coming up into a high lunge position. So we are on the toes. However, if you struggle with this and you have weak ankles, you can keep that foot placed on the floor if you need to. So we're going to mirror you again. So right foot is turned out and your left foot is also pointing forward. So both feet are pointing forwards, and you're on your toes. Now, make sure that one foot isn't directly behind the other, or you've got real balance issues. Straightening out the back leg here, but you're contracting the knee, so the top of the knee here, when you contract that muscle to need to protect the joint. Have your shin vertical here, so the knee is over the top of the ankle. You can see your big toe. Take the arms up nice and high above you. Breathe in as you lift up. Breathe out as you take it back slightly. As you take it back slightly, you'll feel that bit of a psoas stretch going on here, and maybe a quad stretch if it's tight. Lovely. And breathe and hold your breath. Now right your body, and we're going to bring the body forward, so hinge your forward into what we call the arrow type of posture here. Then we're going to drop our right hand towards the outside of the right leg here. Now if you can't reach, you can use a block, or you can use a chair here. Then we're going to reach the opposite elbow above us, or the arm rather, above us, flowing from the elbow. There's a lovely rotation. And if you can, we're going to do this in reverse. So it's a little bit of a revolving stretch. So let the arm drop and take the hand to the inside. But this time, when it goes inside, it's level with the shoulder as well. Yeah, it's not right close. And then twist and revolve the other way. It should be slightly easier. Can we have a look at you? And breathe, don't hold your breath. Remember, you can use a chair or a block if this is a bit too challenging for your body, so make it easy for yourself if you need to. Lovely. And then roll that arm all the way back down again. Inhale as you exhale. Let's flatten out the foot now behind us and push through the front leg as you roll yourself up. Take a big breath in as you stretch tall, and then swivel the feet so the opposite way round. Taking our toes up at the back. Yeah, so we're up onto, heel up at the back, so as your toes are forward. You're bending that front knee here, and you're lifting out the body. So nice straight leg at the back, bent knee at the front, with this high lunge. But if it's too challenging, drop your foot to the floor. Take it back again, have that little bit of a back bend and belly stretch, which will feel good after all the cool run we've done today. Breathe, don't hold your breath. That psoas stretch and lovely quad stretch here. And then we're going to drop our hands. We're going to hinge forward. We're going to drop our left hand to the outside of the left foot. Again, you can use a block if you need to be or a chair. And lift the arm high above you. And breathe, don't hold your breath. Well done. Excellent. And then we're going to take it down, place it underneath the shoulder, the hand underneath the shoulder in line with the foot. And then rotate the opposite direction. Feel a nice outer thigh stretch. Have a look at you. Good. And breathe and hold your breath. And then lower the hand all the way down to the floor again. Let's drop that foot down and push through the front leg and roll yourself all the way back up again. Take a big breath in. Take the arms out to shoulder height. That'll get the heart rate going for sure. Keeping those toes pointed out. Sitting down as if you're sitting on a chair, right? So as you're in this lovely lunge position, squatting position. Make sure you've got sight of your toes the whole time and you've not lost your toes. If you've lost your toes, you need to adjust your body. So what you need to do is either pull your knees back and bottom down, okay, if you've lost sight of your toes, or you need to lean forward slightly to pull those knees back. But either way, what you need to be doing here for this lumbar spine here is to do that little tuck. The tiny little movement here of the pelvis feels nice in back if you do that tuck. So whilst you're in your squat, you're doing that lovely tuck. Then the elbows, we're working power to the shoulders here as well, hence why I told you to keep your arms there. Go off and drop them down. And then make sure your elbows are level with the shoulders and you're not into a W. You're in a U and start a W. Breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to take the hands together and then squeeze the elbows tight together. Feel that stretch through your shoulders. And then take the arms high, a little bit higher. Hold it there. Keep that bum sunk down and make sure you haven't lost sight of those toes still. And breathe. A lot going on in this, isn't there? And then release. Keep it in your squat if you can, but if you need to, you shake out any time that you need to. Watch you haven't dropped into a W and you're still in a U with those arms, and squeeze as if you're squeezing a pencil between the shoulders. Don't forget to breathe as well. Breathing's very good. Could recommend it, recommend breathing. And take it forward. Those, you should feel those legs now if you can't already. Squeeze the elbows, squeeze the forearms, take the arms high. Feel that stretch in the back and the shoulders. Make sure you're squeezing those inner thighs as well, those inner knees, remember. That muscle that I couldn't remember the name of. Sartorius or something. I think sartorius muscle. I think we've got any medical people in today. And take it back again. Keep hold of that squat. Let's go a little bit lower in the squat if you can set yourself that challenge. See how you go. Breathing in, breathing out the whole time. Watch the back isn't arched. Make sure you're tucking under that tailbone so you're strong in your back. Breathe in now as you breathe out. Let it go. Arms drop. Relax the legs. Draw the legs in and give them a nice shake out. Perfect. Wonderful. We're going for a forward bend. We've had a forward bend already, but we did it seated. Now we're going to do it standing, and we're also going to bring in a nice back stretch as well. So I'm going to do sideways on my forward bend today. So have your feet hip distance apart, shoulders roll back and down, tuck under that tailbone, so you're lengthening through the spine, and you're lifting tall through the spine in what we call Tadasana, the mountain posture. Take a breath in as you lift out the body and then hinge from the hips. Flow all the way down. See how you go. You might not go too far, and that really doesn't matter. See how you go. If you do need to have a little bend on the knee, if you're particularly tight in the hamstrings, you don't want to hurt yourself. On every out breath, just draw your chest that little bit closer in towards the thighs. Again, you can have that little bend if you need to. But if not, straighten out the legs, don't lock the knees, and take the chest as close to the thighs as you can. You might need to put your hands behind your calf muscles, or your ankles might help. But don't force the stretch. Only on the out breath should you relax and draw in that little bit deeper if you can. See how you go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place each hand onto the shins and point the fingers downwards towards the feet. Straighten out the arms without locking them out. And then I want you to concentrate on your tailbone here at the back. I want you to push that right away from you, and then start to push your sternum forwards. And then take the head and look forward. So your back straightens out. If you're not sure, have a look at my back on the camera and you'll see it's a nice straight line. What we don't want is a curl here in the hump back, because what we're trying to do here is to stretch through the back and the spine. It should look quite nice. And breathe, don't hold your breath. There's a lovely length here in the lower back as well. It should look quite nice in the lower back. Well done. So pushing back, lengthening the legs. So if your legs are bent here, you're not going to be able to do it properly. You need to straighten your legs. Place your hands higher up if you're really tight in your hamstrings. Push the bum away, look forward. The sternum is the key to success on this one, I think. Taking the tailbone away and stretching it away, far away from the sternum, and push the sternum forwards. That gets you in this position. Well done. Then inhale as you exhale, bend the knees and roll through the spine softly, bone by bone, as you roll up through the spine. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, drop the arms. We're going to flow down into a squat now, guys. I've got you up, now I'm getting you down again. I'm going to ask you to lower yourself down. Now make sure you're squeezing inner and outer knees. So you're squeezing the muscles here. So remember, one whips up here and the other whips round there. I want you to make sure that you're squeezing into those supporting muscles of the knees as you head towards the floor. Well done. If you need to use your hands or a piece of furniture, feel free to do that. Wow, well done. You did really well there. Really well. Now what we're going to do is go one foot up into downward dog. This way to this. What we're going to do is pedal your hands forwards, drop your knees to the floor, and come into a box position. Keep the toes tucked under, And we're going to hover the knees off the floor. Take the head directly between the arms so you get that back stretched out, hence why we prep the back beforehand. Then we're going to take the tailbone up towards the ceiling and begin to stretch out those legs. Take the heels down towards the floor to feel that lovely calf stretch. If you're still tight in your hamstrings and glutes, you can walk the dog here. You can bend alternate knees and feel that lovely stretch. If you feel fine, just hover it here. I'm coming to have a look at you. Breathe, don't forget to breathe. Make sure that back stays nice and straight. Head between the arms is the key to success on down dog. Wonderful. Then inhale as you exhale, we're going to come down onto our knees. Lovely, and relax the toes. Let's take the toes together and the knees apart. Toes together, knees wide apart. From reset. Like that. Yeah. And then sink the buttocks downwards toward the heels. We did this lovely stretch last week. I think we did anyway, and I thought it was really nice. So it's the thread of the needle, but in this position, or could have been me over the class. I can't remember who did it with now. But it was a nice stretch. If this is killing your knees, you can put a cushion underneath your bum. Okay, if it's killing your knees. If it's killing your ankles, you can put a cushion underneath your ankles, okay, to help you out and be more comfortable. What I want you to do is I want you to come forwards so as you're on your forearms in this position. You're still seeing because I did on the camera. And then what we're going to do is take our left hand underneath the right arm and stretch across so we drop the shoulder down on the floor. So your head and your shoulders come on the floor and your left hand is stretched underneath the right arm into this lovely shoulder stretch. Now you can put your head on the cushion if it's too much for your neck. Okay, see how you go. And breathe, don't hold your breath. And pull yourself back upright. Inhale as you exhale, take the other hand underneath, the right hand this time. And push it as far along as you can. Placing the opposite hand on the floor. Give that little bit of a push against the floor to get you in a bigger, deeper stretch for the shoulder. Well done. And breathe, don't hold your breath. And then inhale as you roll yourself all the way back up again. Let's walk those knees in and roll ourselves down onto our back. Nearly there, guys, nearly there. Take it all the way down, Pilates style. You can do Pilates style there, but I'm expecting you to. All that core wear. Lovely. And literally all you're going to do is take your knees, one knee, then the other knee, in towards the chest, but part the knees. They're not together. You're parting the knees. Holding on to the kneecaps, you're going to circle the knees, mirror image of each other. So they're circling outwards at the moment. So imagine using the ball and socket joints in the hips and you're really exaggerating the movement in the circle. Massaging the belly with the knees. And then do this the opposite way round. So as you bring the hip flexors inwards now. As you're releasing the hips. So breathing in, breathing out. Just massage mirror image of the knees in the circle. Massaging that lower back, you'll notice in the floor as well. Excellent. Just rid of any tension that might have been created in the back. Mine feels quite nice actually, so I'm hoping yours does as well. Lovely. And then breathe in as you breathe out. Roll yourself up to sit in. Perfect. Would you like to relax now, everybody? Yes. So grab yourself a drink if you need a drink and get yourself warm. Put your warm fluffy socks back on, Jenny, if you haven't already. And I'm going to do that exactly here as well. I can't mind mine, but these are Christmas socks, and I think they're not, with my hearts on. So, yeah, let's relax. So you might want to, if you're not too great at relaxing, you might want to either dim the lights or perhaps some of you might have like an eye mask or lavender bag or something to cover your eyes with. Might be worthwhile. So you might, if you've got your head banging music on right now, you might want to have something much softer and quieter on. Bye, Claire. I think Claire's waiting. Let's take a lovely long deep breath in and exhale, relax. Are you all right there, Ian? Yeah. Want to lie yourself down there, relaxing. That's it. We'll tense the whole body. So start with the feet. Pull the toes towards you and push the heels away from you. And feel the tension in your lower body. Squeeze your buttocks as tight as you can and press your lower back into the floor. Feel the contraction of the muscles in your lower body from your waist down. Then make a fist with the hands and draw the arms a few inches off the floor. Pull the shoulders in towards the ears and begin to tighten the neck, tighten the throat, screw up your face, wrinkle your nose, purse your lips and push your upper back and your ribs into the floor. Everything in your body should be contracted now. So breathe in a nice deep breath. As you breathe out, let it go, let go of those toxins. If you like, you can turn your palms up towards the ceiling in what we call Shavasana, a relaxation posture. Letting your fingers naturally curl into the palms of the hands. Let's draw our attention to the breath and imagine a beautiful, lovely, bright colour, maybe your favourite colour. And as you're breathing out, imagine that light is filling your body from the very, very bottom of your lungs, as if you're expanding the hips. Let's draw the air right through to the rib cage, expanding the rib cage. Fill up right to the top of the chest and really feel the fullness of breath. As you exhale, imagine murky smoke or a murky, horrible colour, your least favourite colour. Imagine that leaving your body as you breathe out, releasing those toxins from the body, feeling refreshed. And let's do that again. Inhale right from the bottom of the belly, forcing the air down towards the hips. Grow that air through the rib cage into the chest without moving the shoulders, of course. And then exhale, completely flush out those toxins. Imagine that murky grey or mucky coloured smoke leaving your body. And start to feel refreshed from the inside out. Just breathe normally now and take your attention all the way down to your feet and your toes. Begin to relax your feet and your toes and allow your ankles to soften. Feel your calves and your shins begin to relax. And then take your awareness towards your knees. Allow any tension from your knees to melt away from the joints. Start to relax through your thighs. And then relax your buttocks, your lower back and your pelvic girdle. So your lower body feels very relaxed and very heavy into the floor. Turn your attention now to your hands and your fingers and start to relax your hands. Relax your wrists. Feel that relaxation flowing into your forearms and the joints of the elbows, and the softness flowing into the upper arms. So your arms are now feeling heavy with relaxation to the floor. Bring your awareness now to your belly. Start to soften and relax your belly and your ribcage. And feel your body sink a little bit deeper on the out-breath into the floor as you relax. Start to relax any tightness in your chest now. Feeling your chest begin to soften and your upper back starts to relax deeper into the floor. And then take your awareness around your shoulders and feel your shoulders beginning to relax. Any tension simply melts away. And then start to relax your neck muscles, the side, the front, the back of your neck and your voice box, and feel your neck beginning to soften. Start to relax your jaw, your cheeks, your nose and your ears, and allow your eyes to soften in their sockets. Feel your brow relaxing. All of your face feels relaxed. Any lines in your face simply melting away. And then start to pay attention to how the muscles under your scalp are feeling at the moment. Is your head feeling tense and tight? On the next out breath, just relax your head. Let go of the tension purposefully. And let your head feel very weighty to the floor. Take your awareness down the length of the spine and your back muscles. Notice as you breathe in out, your spine lengthens, and as you breathe out, your weight of your body starts to sink deeper into the floor and your back feels more connected to the ground. Feel your whole body now completely relaxed. Allow any thoughts to pop into your head, that's fine. Just acknowledge them and then put them to one side. And allow your mind just a few moments to switch off totally, not to be thinking of anything at all, just being in the moment and noticing how relaxed your body feels right now. Now we start to breathe that little bit deeper. Become aware of the body, of your clothing. Become aware of your room and the noises within your room, my voice. Start to feel energy flowing in the body now. With every in-breath, imagine energy is flowing from your lungs all the way down the length of your legs to your feet. On the next out-breath, feel that energy flowing all the way through from your lungs to the length of your arms to your hands. Take a breath in, and on the next out-breath, feel the energy flowing from your lungs, past the throat and your neck, right up to the crown of your head. Start to feel a little bit more alert and awake as the energy flows around your body. And then gently wiggle your fingers and your toes to bring your body alert and alive and awake. Stretch your body any way you feel your body needs to be stretched. And then either place your feet on the floor or draw the knees into the chest and start to massage your back into the floor. Just gently rock your knees from side to side, taking any tension from your lower back. Then roll over onto your side in fetal position, supported by your hands and arms. Allow yourself to slowly awaken. When you're ready, only when you're ready, pushing yourself up into a seated position. Taking the palms of the hands together and give the palms a lovely rub so that the warm, peace and energy through the palms. Take the palms over the eyes and start to massage the hairline, massage the jawline. Start to gently squeeze into the neck and the shoulders to get the blood pressure up a little so you're not dizzy when you stand. Take the arms out to the side of the body. Take a lovely deep breath in as you stretch and lengthen. And big sigh as you let go. One more time. Inhale, stretch and reach. And exhale, big sigh. And give yourself a lovely big clap. Well done. I'll just end that recording before you